What's going on, YouTube? This is Darklight Dreamer coming at you with another Q&A video, and man, guys, it has been a crazy week. Unlike most weeks, because actually most weeks I don't have a lot going on, but this week I actually did have a lot going on. For one, I managed to finish the game World of Final Fantasy, which, as you guys know, I played the crap out of over the last couple weeks. And yeah, that was really fun. There are a couple things that I think they could have done better, but overall it was good. It had a good story, which it started off simpler, and a lot of people were turned off by it at the beginning, but it got a little more complex, later on, and got a lot more interesting. So it had a good story, it had good characters, more than just the two main characters, but extending into even the Lilykin characters, Lilykin versions of the other Final Fantasy characters, and some of the unique characters they had just for this game. It was pretty interesting. Had got some really awesome mirages toward the end. There were cool mirages throughout the game, but I got the extra badass mirages toward the end. Bahamut, Ultima Weapon, Omega, and a lot of awesome throwbacks to the Final Fantasy series. When you get Ultima Weapon, fun fact, you actually have to fight it, and it runs away, and you have to go fight it again as a throwback to Final Fantasy VII, whenever you had to chase it around the world. So, World of Final Fantasy was a lot of fun. Make sure that if you get the bad ending, you make sure that you continue the story, because there's more to it after you beat the game. You think you beat the game. So I beat that. My good friends Rydek and Amira over at the channel Couple of Geeks hooked me up with a free copy of Titanfall 2. And oh my god, guys, I've been playing the crap out of that for the last couple days. I actually already beat the campaign, and it's a lot of fun. I was really happy. I guess you could call it an early Christmas present, but they were super generous to hook me up with a free copy of that. Thank you guys so much for that. And hopefully I'll get decent at it, so that way I can play with you guys and not suck and bring you guys down. So I'll practice. I did manage to finish my Yomawari Night Alone series. I hope you guys have been following that over on my channel. It was really fun. It was a little bit more fun than I thought that it was going to be originally. It was a really interesting game, but I finished that and moved on to a new Let's Play series called Layers of Fear. And I don't know how many episodes that's going to be, because I don't know how many parts there are. But yeah, it's like a psychological first-person horror game. You're investigating a house, and some stuff went down there, and you're trying to figure out a little bit more as to what happened. And as you're investigating the house, things, the walls shift and things change, and you become a little bit more and more haunted. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. I hope you guys will check that out over on my channel. I've only posted up the first part, but after this video, you guys will probably see parts 2, 3, etc. On Saturday, that just passed, we went to visit ta24u Richard over on his channel on YouTube, and we took like a 4-hour trip from where we live to Dallas, and yeah, that was a lot of fun, guys. If you guys want to see some of the footage that I captured from that trip, I'm going to leave links. I'm actually going to leave the links down from all my footage, also from Wolf Brother Mythos and Freak's footage from their channel Frost and Fist, and Richard's footage on his Weird Wednesday vlog over in the description down below, so you guys can see all of the awesomeness of that trip. It was a blast. I cannot wait to do it again. There was a lot of good food. We played Warhammer 40k. Just good times all around. Good people to hang out with. So do me a favor, check out all of their channels, Frost and Fist and ta24u, and check out those videos. I hope you guys will enjoy that. But yeah, oh, I also got something else in the mail that I want to talk to you guys a little bit about, but I'm not going to tell you about it right now because it relates to one of the questions that you guys asked me. So, speaking of questions, I know that you guys are here to hear some of the answers I had to some of the questions that you guys asked me in the last Q&A video that I posted up last Friday. So, let's get right into it. Wargamer Sean says, "Nice comments and video, man. Excited about Andromeda, man? I'm getting there. I hope it's good. The third Mass Effect game broke my heart after playing it for the first time. I was super depressed after it. Take care. Nice new logo. I love Rifts." Thank you very much for all your support, Sean. Yeah, Richard really rocked that logo. I really love it. But yeah, as far as the end of Mass Effect 3 goes, man, none of those endings were good. All of them were terrible. You had some that I guess were better than others, where I think there's one ending where you kind of took everything over with that made everything part Reaper, and I think everybody got to live if you took that ending, but it was still weird. And I know they added like an expansion or something like that to kind of like make the ending better, but it still was really meh. So the rest of Mass Effect 3 was awesome, not so much the ending. However, I guess you guys have seen, there's a new trailer for Mass Effect Andromeda that shows off all this new gameplay and all the worlds and all the awesome combat, and it looks spectacular. I am super excited to play it. I don't remember when it comes out, but as soon as it comes out, I don't even know if it was announced, but as soon as it comes out, yeah, I'm definitely getting it. I'm super excited to play it. Rydek from the channel Couple of Geeks says, awesome as always, brother, and we hope you're enjoying Titanfall 2. I really am. Thank you very much. Remember to play for fun and not to be good. The only thing about that is that I am playing for fun, but I want to be able to enjoy multiplayer, and I get really anxious when I'm playing with other people and sucking, because I feel like people are hating me because I'm doing really badly, and I'm afraid I'm going to get like messages being like, oh man, you suck. As I really do feel like I suck, and I don't play a lot of first-person shooters, so I'm just bad at them. I was decent at the campaign, but when playing against other people, it's different, because you have to think about how other people think and how other people do, and I'm just not good at that, and sometimes it seems like the enemy's just magic and just can kill you super easy somehow and knows exactly what you're going to do, and I don't get it. So that, I guess hopefully that'll just come with practice. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I beat the campaign. The campaign gets really crazy and awesome, and I cannot wait to see your iteration whenever you do your Let's Play on. I'm not going to give away anything, but I'm looking forward to seeing you play it. Anyway, his question is, if you had the choice between eating food and it had no taste, or eating food and it tastes like soap, what would you choose? Okay, so I have actually had soap put in my mouth before by my parents, and it is not a pleasant thing, and I think it would be more difficult for me to eat food if I had to taste soap every time I ate food. So I would just rather food taste like nothing. I would rather food be delicious, because I love food, obviously, I'm a big guy, but yeah, if I had to choose between the taste of soap and the taste of nothing, I think I'd definitely take nothing for, survival reasons, and I have a kind of a bad gag reflex. I gag kind of easily, so the taste of soap would just kind of make me... Anyway, thank you for your question. Wolf Brother Mythos asks, Christmas time is upon us. Tell us, Darklight, have you ever given a gift that you felt that was so perfect that you nearly burst waiting to reveal it? Share with us an experience or experiences like this. Let me think. It's hard for me to think. I mean, I have a really bad memory, and I know that there have been times when I've been really excited to give presents to people, but I can barely remember what I gave people last year for Christmas, so it's kind of a difficult thing for me to recall. I know that I'm really excited to give you your gift this year, though, and I think you're really gonna love it. I think I picked something pretty perfect. It might come a little bit late this year, but yeah, I know I'm very excited about what I'm getting you this year. As far as gifts that I've given people in the past, though, I'm actually going to have to think on that one throughout the week. I'm sorry I can't come up with a good answer to that right now. It's just hard for me to recall a specific time or specific times that it's happened. But I'll get back to it. I promise I'll come back to it next week on Next Q&A Friday if I come up with a good one. So I'll think on that one. Moving on, Dazrock Kushanada asks, speaking of Mass Effect, what was the most shocking death for you in the Mass Effect games? He actually asked two questions, but this is the first one. Go ahead and answer it. I can't think of a specific shocking death in Mass Effect that I just wasn't expecting, and it took me by surprise. Well, maybe the most shocking death to me was, spoiler alerts. If you guys haven't played the Mass Effect games, I'm going to give you some time to skip over. I'll leave a when it's safe time in the description, or as a card or something, so you guys can skip over it if you haven't played it. But the most shocking death probably was when you had to choose in Mass Effect 1 between the death of Ashley and the death of Caden? Was that his name? I can't remember the names of the characters anymore. But you had to choose between the two people, which one you want to live, which one you wanted to die. Oh man, that was pressure. The first time I actually let Ashley live, And I kind of regret it, because the first time I played through, I was a little bit like, said nice things to Ashley, but I wasn't trying to forge a relationship with her, I was just trying to be nice, and then all of a sudden they throw me into this romance with her at the end, and I was kind of trying to save myself for Tali or in Mass Effect 2, or for Liara in Mass Effect 1, and they kind of like pushed me into that relationship, and I just did not want to be in a relationship with Ashley, so this is terrible of me, but ever since then, whenever I played through Mass Effect 1 again, I let Ashley die, just in case, because I don't want to be a dick to her, and at the same time, I don't want to accidentally forge a relationship with her, so I just let her die. Sorry. But that was probably the most shocking death. The one that impacted me the most was probably Morden Solus. That really brought some tears to my eyes, especially whenever he gave that quote that, like, had to be me. Somebody else might have gotten it wrong. And then he was singing that song he was going to sing on stage as everything's blowing up around him. Oh man, and just all the feels. All the feels. So yeah, those were the Mass Effect deaths that impacted me the most and were the most shocking to me. He also says, speaking of Final Fantasy 15, when can we expect a playthrough? Well, actually, just today in the mail, and I know it's a little bit late because most of you guys got it last week, but I actually got my copy of the Final Fantasy 15 Deluxe Edition, and it is awesome. I haven't played it yet, so I don't know if the game's awesome, but the case is awesome. I hear really good things about the game, though. Really excited to play it. Unfortunately, I will not be able to play through this for you guys right away. I'm going to have to wait probably next month after Christmas or February because I still need a capture card. I have everything else I need to do Let's Plays for this. I have the TV set up right here. I have my whole desk set up to do Let's Plays from console. I have my PS4 Pro ready to go. All I need is the capture card at this point, and it's going to have to wait until January or February to do that. But really excited to do a playthrough for you guys. So yeah, that's when I'm gonna get that, and I'm just gonna show off a little bit for you guys the deluxe edition that you get. As you guys know, whenever you get the deluxe edition, you get the Masamune from Final Fantasy VII, Sephiroth's really long Nadachi, and you get that as one of your weapons. You also get an exclusive skin for your car, and let's see, there was something else that you get. Oh, it was the royal raiment, the royal clothing. In Final Fantasy 15, you can get completely different outfits that you can equip your characters with, and it gives them different stats, so it changes their appearance completely. I love that. It gives you a little bit of extra personalization to your game. You can go a more casual look, you can go a more royal look, or, you know, they probably have some goofy outfits in there, but I really like that you can change up the appearance of your characters. It's something that I don't think any other Final Fantasy game has done, so that's really awesome. So yeah, you get those. It comes in this awesome steel case, which the artwork on this is really nice, and it's an awesome feeling steel case book. This is actually, I don't think I've seen a steel case that is this detailed before, and obviously it comes with your codes, and it comes with the game, which is in my PS4 right now, but it also comes with the movie, Kingsglaive. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to watch Kingsglaive first, because it actually is a prequel to the game. I have a What's the Skinny that tells you everything about it, or not. It doesn't spoil anything, but it tells you the plot of the movie, basically, like the basic outline. And this runs parallel to and directly prior to the game, so it leads directly into the story of the game. It really sets it up for you. I also recommend you go ahead and watch Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood, the animation. It's like an hour long. They're like 15-minute episodes or 10-minute episodes, but I recommend you watch those as well, because it really gives you some backstory on the characters, on the trio that accompanies Noctis and how they became friends with him and everything. So it really connects you with the characters before it throws you into the scenario where they're all already together. So I definitely recommend that you watch that as well. I will let you guys know how I feel about the game and everything as I play through it in upcoming Q&A videos. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, because I do want to eventually play through that with you, hopefully next month. It's probably going to be a long Let's Play series. I'm expecting it to be a long and epic, but hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Let me know how you guys think I should structure that. Should I just should I do that and like pepper like maybe one of my videos per week will be something else, so that way I can break up, since it's going to be a long Let's Play, I can break up the monotony of just Final Fantasy 15 3 times a week, every week for the next upcoming future? Do you think like one of my days of the week should be a completely different game, maybe a short series? Maybe my Monday and Wednesday video will be Final Fantasy 15, and then Friday will be my Q&A, and Saturday will be my other game video. Let me know what you guys think, and I will try to change my gaming schedule accordingly. And if you hear rustling sounds, that is one of our cats playing in their box. Fun fact, when I got this PS4 Pro, it came in a giant box. And we still have not thrown that box away, because it's just sitting in the middle of the living room because the cats love the crap out of that box. We actually put a pillow in the box, and they sleep in it, they perch on it, they cannot get enough of the box. They actually fight over it sometimes, so we have 2 cats. So, yeah. Anyway, to go back and answer your question again, yeah, you can expect a playthrough on that, hopefully, next month or February, as soon as I can get a capture card. Idic Beer 40K, because he changed his username or his YouTube name to be more 40K related. I briefly at one point considered adding a Let's Play tag to my Darklight Dreamer YouTube channel, so you guys will know like at a glance that I'm a Let's Player. But then whenever I explained what my channel was, it'd be Darklight Dreamer Let's Play, or Darklight Dreamer LP or whatever. I didn't want to complicate that further. Let me know what you guys think about that also down below, because I want to know your guys' opinion. Anyway, Idic Beer 40K says, Richard rocked that logo. You're so lucky you get to meet the man tattoo. What is an FPS game? FPS game stands for first-person shooter. It's those games that you see where you don't see the actual character, you just see the gun in front of them and whatever the character would see with their vision. So you like whenever you're looking down the scope, you just see like the gun barrel and everything and down the scope, so you can aim. A lot of times they're competitive, so that way it's player versus player and trying to shoot each other in teams, or it's regular like everyone versus everyone deathmatch. Sometimes there's objectives like capture the flag and everything, but FPS just covers that entire genre. Even the FPS RPG style game Borderlands, which is more of a open world first person shooter instead of in a cooperative arena. So and that's what an FPS is. I'm sorry if I didn't explain that very well, but I hope you get the idea. What is your favorite old school game? Mine was Blitz on the VIC-20. Lol, having played so many games, what do you find most exciting about playing a game which you've never played before, and which one surprised you the most? Okay, so that's actually several questions. I'm going to start with the first one of that list. What's my favorite old school game? We did play on the Commodore 64. I don't really have a favorite from that, though, because none of the games from that actually like stood out to me as being something I really loved. I just liked playing them with my brother and everything. Probably I didn't come into favorites until the NES. And if I were going to say favorites, classics, if it's hard, what do you consider to be a classic? Because if I'm going to go like as old school as I can possibly think, it would be Nintendo. And probably my favorite Nintendo series was Mega Man. I would find every excuse to rent a new Mega Man game. I remember there was a time when we would rent new games from Blockbuster every week, and I would get a game, and my brother would get a game, and I would get like a new Mega Man game like every week, and then replay through ones I've already played even. I loved the crap out of Mega Man. Sega Genesis, there was Phantasy Star 4, which was one of my first RPGs, and it's definitely still one of my favorite RPGs of all time. I've probably mentioned it a couple times on in my Q&A videos, but Phantasy Star 4 is a great RPG. It's probably a third or fourth RPG I ever played. I think it was in the order of Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 6, and Phantasy Star 4. And I remember we rented Phantasy Star 4 so much from Blockbuster that we ended up just buying it because it was cheaper. But it's a really good, lesser known RPG. But yeah, we played all kinds of games on Nintendo. I just had a conversation with somebody last night about how really difficult Nintendo and Sega Genesis games. But I think of the classic consoles, those are probably my favorites. Let's see. What do you find most exciting about playing a game you've never played before? I think for the most part, it's the story. I really love the story, and that's why I get so furious when people spoil the story for me, because I like to see the story unravel and unfold, seeing the adventure take place. I don't want to know what happens at the end of the adventure. I want to play along the adventure. The story is one of the best parts for me. That feeling of adventure. Of course, there are games that you don't play for the story, but being that I'm a huge fan of RPGs, I think that's definitely one of my favorite things. So his last question is, what game surprised me the most? And I don't know exactly what you mean by that. I'm going to assume that you mean what game surprised me by, like, that I didn't think it was going to be good, but it actually did turn out to be really good. And in that situation, the game that surprised me the most as to how good it was the Kingdom Hearts game, the very first one. Whenever I was reading in articles about the concept of Disney teaming up with Square Enix, as you know, I'm a huge fan of Square Enix, and it kind of pained me to see that they were teaming up with Disney of all things, especially Disney back when Kingdom Hearts 1 was made. It wasn't really known for doing all the epic things that it does now, all the team up more teenage or adult things. Back then, it was a little more still geared towards really young kids, and it was kind of like bothered me a little bit whenever I was reading about Disney teaming up with Square Enix. I thought that Disney was just going to completely take over the game, and it was going to be bad, and it was going to be really kiddish and all that. But whenever I started getting closer to release and you started seeing more stuff about it, I'm like, oh, okay, so this actually does look pretty interesting. And then I played Kingdom Hearts 1, and it was amazing. I played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I haven't actually played any of the, like, side story games, but Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 were amazing. Great soundtrack, great characters. You can definitely tell that Square Enix was more of the driving force in the story of Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, it was very much surprised me. I was not expecting it to be nearly as good as it was. I thought it was going to be awful. So yeah, that's the game that probably surprised me the most. He also says, somebody buy this man a Star Trek game, because if you guys remember the last Q&A I did, I said I had never played a Star Trek game before. Well, I'm going to make you guys a deal. If one of you buys me and gives me or sends me a Star Trek game of some sort, if at all I possibly can, I will do at least one episode Let's Play on that game. I'll do a full review on it, let you guys know what I think about it. So keep that in mind, maybe. Alright, so that's all the questions that you guys had for me to answer for this week's Q&A video. If you guys have any more questions, please do not hesitate to throw me those questions down in the comment section below, and I will answer them in next week's Q&A video on next Friday. And I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button down below. It really means a lot more to me than you guys know. Do me a favor, drop a few comments too, even if it's not a question. I love hearing from you guys. I just love chatting with you guys. It really makes my day. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you guys know that I would love to have you guys a member of the Darklight family, and I hope that we'll continue this YouTube journey together again very, very soon. And until then, may your dreams light your darkest hour, and I'll see you next time.